Well, from wherever you're watching us in Kenya and around the world, you're in time for KBC Prime Edition, coming to you live from Broadcasting House in Nairobi, Kenya, along Hari Thuku Road. Good evening. I am Mboya, and we begin this coverage with a look at our top stories.
This is an accident which should not have taken place. If the authorities charged the responsibility of inspection and supervision did their jobs.
A day of reckoning. Suspects arraigned over the deadly gas explosion in Embakasi, Nairobi, amid calls by the opposition for accountability. The ghosts of Shakahola. Paul Mackenzie appears in court but denies killing children in the ongoing probe into one of Kenya's deadliest religious scandals. Justice be our shield and defender. The Ogiek and the Endorois communities take to the streets to protest their eviction from the Mau complex and the delayed payment of reparations. Susan Thuku is our sign language interpreter. Our socials at KBC Channel 1. Straight to our lead story. Derek Kimathi, the owner of the facility in Nairobi's Embakasi East where gas exploded, killing 6 people, was today arraigned in court. He was arraigned alongside 3 other officials of the National Environment Management Authority for neglect and abuse of office. Milimani Law Court Trial Magistrate Dolphina Alego will rule tomorrow, Tuesday, on the Directorate of Criminal Investigations application to detain the 4 suspects for 21 days to complete investigations. Ruth Wamboi with the details from the corridors of justice.
4 of the 9 suspects in the Embakasi gas plant explosion that left 6 people dead and at least 300 others injured were arraigned in court. The investigating officer Isaac Tenai told trial magistrate Dolphina Alego that they intend to charge the facility owner Derek Kimathi for negligence, while the 3 officials of NEMA, Joseph Makau, David Walunya and Mariam Mutete, for abuse of office.
The abuse of office, contrary to section 46, as read with section 48.1 of the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Act. The application is supported by the grounds on the face of that application. There is a supporting affidavit which is deposed by Chief Inspector Isaac Tenai, and the state is seeking for the orders of this court that the respondents herein, who are suspects in the 4 offenses, will be detained for 21 days to allow the investigators in this matter to complete investigations.
In a miscellaneous application to detain the suspect, the prosecution told the court that the investigations are complex and that they require 21 days to conduct DNA tests on bodies that were burned beyond recognition.
The process of identifying the vehicles is still ongoing. The buildings are yet to be inspected to ascertain the amount of damage, so as to enable us inform the decision on who is culpable.
The prosecution also said that they were trailing 5 other suspects who are still at large. The lead investigator Isaac Tenai also cited the 300 survivors in various hospitals to argue the enormity of the case.
Suspects who are still at large, and we are yet to arrest them for statement recording, and in that releasing of the respondents at the moment might impair our investigations.
The defense, however, opposed the state's application, saying it has no legal basis and urged the court to dismiss it.
The state owes every one of us a duty to be provided with security.
Yes, Your Honor.
Up until when my client surrendered himself to your station, had you received any information that anybody had threatened him because of this matter?
The magistrate will give his ruling Tuesday afternoon. The 4 suspects in the Embakasi gas plant explosion that occurred on the night of 1st February this year will continue to be the guests of the state until a magistrate's court makes a ruling on the same. Ruth Homboy reporting for Prime Edition from Milimani Lokots.
Meanwhile, Azimio la Umoja coalition leader Raila Odinga says that the deadly gas explosion in Embakasi could have been avoided. Speaking when he visited the victims of the February 1st incident, Raila accused the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority and other relevant agencies for failing to shut the gas operations before the tragedy struck. The ODM leader spoke even as Nairobi County Governor Johnson Sakaja ordered for the closure of gas plants operating near residential areas. Give us on minor reports.
Opposition leader Raila Odinga on Tuesday visited the scene of gas explosion tragedy in Mradi Estate, Embakasi, that left hundreds injured and a few dead. The opposition leader turned the heat on the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority (EPRA) and other government agencies, saying corruption must have played a part in allowing the plant to operate in a residential area. He wondered why the investigations were taking days to complete.
Ikiwa mahali karibu na pale watu wanaishi, ukienda kwenye madepots ya makampuni ya mafuta, kila mahali ambayo unaona iko pale kwa petroli pale na pale ya kuweka gazi inawekwa kando, tena mbali sana, tena mahali ambayo iko wazi, yani open air space, pale ambayo gazi hata ikivuja gazi inaenda kwa hewa juu.
Kama kweli huyu jamaa hakuwa na leseni, inawezekanaje kwamba EPRA wasijue, governor asijue, chief asijue, polisi wasijue? Haiwezekani.
Raila, who met the victims of the explosion at the Embakasi Social Hall and the Kenyatta National Hospital, called for their compensation.
This is a result of negligence of duty. This is an accident which should not have taken place. If the authorities charged with the responsibility of inspection and supervision did their jobs.
Meanwhile, Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja has ordered gas plants operating near residential areas to be shut down with immediate effect.
Kama kuna biashara kama hii inaendelea kwako na hujasema, wewe pia utajibu. Kote Nairobi we know where such operations should be. List imepatikana leo na zifunga zote.
Sakaja said all 17 sub-county officials had been given authority to close illegal businesses in the county to avert more danger facing Kenyans. Give us minor Prime Edition.
6 people are reported to have died in Kangai ward in Kerugoya, Kirinyaga County after consuming illicit brew. Health officials have confirmed that 1 person died while receiving treatment at Kerugoya County Referral Hospital, while 5 others are said to have died at home. According to their families, the deceased are a part of a group that had taken the brew from a bar that is said to have been operating illegally. 11 people were rushed to hospital presenting with symptoms such as blood vision. Out of the 11 taken to hospital, 6 were treated and are said to be in stable condition.
Illicit Brew, we are suspecting that it must have had either no. We have also other informations from relatives and the family members, which we are yet to confirm, that they are saying that they had lost 5 other relatives who had taken this illicit brew, and it's that they died at their own residence, that is their own homes, and therefore they were taken to mortuary directly.
California sio mara yetu ya kwanza kuwa na yeye kwa kumkamata kwa sababu ya pombe haramu. Amekamatwa mara mingi kuanzia wakati niliingia hapa, tumemkamata mara mingi, ameenda kotini na mara mingi kesi zinarudi zinatupwa kutoka kotini.
California ambayo ni Kangai ward yenye nasikia ikisemekana walikuwa huko haijakuwa licensed, tulifanya inspections na committee ikaliject hiyo bar.
Watoto wetu utapeleka wapi, tutaenda wapi, tuambiwe mahali tutakaa. Hata Marura ilikuisa, hata papa ikuisa, Kangai pombe ikuise. Pombe kila saa pombe. Kuna mburadhangu yako hapa na amekunywa na aoni, macho imepotea. Sasa tunauliza hii pombe itatufikisha wapi?
Now, Good News International Ministries founder Pastor Paul Mthenge Mackenzie and 29 associates have denied 191 counts of murder concerning the Shaka Massacre. Appearing before Malindi High Court Judge Mugure Thande, the 30 suspects denied killing 191 children, most of whom were unidentified, a crime that the state says was committed between 2021 and 2023 at the Shakahola Forest in Kilifi County.
Tuesday morning at the Malindi Court, Kilifi County, Good News International Ministries founder Pastor Paul Mthenge Mackenzie and 29 associates are seen arriving at the court buildings for the hearing of the Shakahola Massacre case. Appearing before Judge Mugure Thande, the suspects denied the charges of murdering 191 children who were exhumed at the Shakahola Forest. One of the suspects, Evans Colombe Syria, did not, however, take a plea after a psychiatrist's report showed that he was mentally ill and not fit to stand trial. Deputy Director of Public Prosecution Victor Mule told the court Syria will continue undergoing mental treatment for 30 days, after which he will be re-examined to establish if he will be fit to take the plea.
A private doctor shall be allowed to examine accused number 4, and a report shall be filed by the 12th of March 2024.
Lady Justice Thande ordered the accused persons to continue being remanded at the Shimulateo Maximum Prison until March 7, 2024, when the case will be heard to determine the outcome of a preliminary objection filed by defense lawyer James Moko.
So the personal effects of the accused which were left in Kilifi and Malindi prisons are to be sent to them in Shimulatewa. The female accused persons are to be facilitated by prison authorities to have their hair cut.
Lady Justice Mugure said the bond application will be made after the determination of the preliminary objection. Kasi Chanamasha, Premier Edition.
The National Land Commission now wants the affordable housing project implemented through the National Housing Corporation, NHC, to ease the transfer of public land for construction. Appearing before the National Assembly, Housing and Urban Planning Committee, Commission's chairperson Gershom Otachi said that the law only allows the Commission to allocate public land to government entities like the National Housing Corporation. This comes as the committee summoned Attorney General Justin Muturi to appear in person after he skipped 3 previous invites.
The National Assembly Housing and Urban Planning Committee invited Attorney General Justin Muturi and the National Land Commission to provide input to the affordable housing bill. But the Attorney General was a no-show, prompting the MPs to kick out the state councils sent from the state law office.
So I propose, Chairman, that the fact that the Attorney General is disinterested in this bill, we therefore postpone. We've had so many cases as Finance and Planning Committee, where the Attorney General fails its function. So the President of the Republic of Kenya must look into his advisors.
Chairman, it is very disappointing to realize that we have a government official who, despite us traversing the whole country, cannot avail himself, not once but twice, to this committee to attend to the greatest conversation currently happening in this country.
The National Land Commission submitted the affordable housing project should be implemented through the National Housing Corporation to ease the process of allocation of public land. According to the Commission, the law only allows the allocation of public land to public entities or the Cabinet Secretary for Treasury.
By allocating now to a body like that, that body can then be able to go about the whole business of construction, getting into contracts with architects and other people and so on and so forth. I think probably a much neater way of doing it. But you are saying you are removed from the realm of public to a sort of private corporate body that now, whatever it does, will end up again passing on those private interests to the individual section of property owners.
The national government aims to set up affordable housing units on public land to reduce the cost of selling the houses. MPs, however, are concerned about how and why the public land will be sold to private home owners.
My county requires land for university. You've given out it for housing. Where will I build the university when the money will be available to build the university? And there is no compensation to the county governments in terms of revenue or money.
What benefit is it to the direct benefit is it to the county? Because the county is giving his land, which they would have used it to do something else. But then the other thing I also don't know is the level of involvement of the counties to this bill from that perspective. But they keep raising those questions about once they give out land, what benefits do they get?
The Housing Committee is scheduled to meet the Council of Governors and the Attorney General before they retreat to prepare a report on the Affordable Housing Bill. The National Assembly Housing and Urban Planning Committee now expects the National Land Commission to come up with legislative proposals that will provide how the public land will be given to private owners, as well as protect the interest of the counties in the whole affordable housing project. Vishoki Washira, Parliament Buildings, Nairobi.
The Nakuru County government is on the spot over the revenue collection that has dropped by a whopping 2 billion shillings inside 365 days. During the Senate Liaison Committee's two-day retreat in Naivasha, Nakuru County, senators said that they will investigate the drop in revenue from 3.6 billion shillings to 1.6 billion shillings amid reports of graft and misuse of public funds. The senators also warned the Nakuru County Executive against defiance of court orders regarding the ongoing War Memorial Hospital saga, saying that such a move could lead to chaos.
10 governors gang up and decide to disobey the court orders. The counties and country at large may descend to anarchy and the country may be ruined.
You see, the revenue has gone down from 3.6 billion to 1.6 billion. Is it half year or full year? We don't know. But if it is full year, then it is very serious. And the primary oversight issue, like you've said, is true. It is MCS duty. But it is not only in Naivasha. It's, I think, almost everywhere. Yes, and the issue of corruption.
That story brings us to our first break right here on Prime Edition. We are taking a short break. We'll be back with the second part. Stay with us.
Across Africa, a new era has begun. Shifting our focus to a new horizon, connecting us with one purpose: to create and share opportunities to grow. Today, we are making a brighter tomorrow, built by our dreams and our energy. Across our continent, across the world, we are creating a better way to a better future. A Pan-African future, together. EcoBank, a better way, a better Africa.
Haya, sisi ya kungoja kwenye star 570 hash kuna ploti na ni up to 1.1 million Kenyan shillings with a genuine title deed na inakungoja star 570 hash ukana zake.
Welcome to Sensei Institute, mahali skills zangu ni pesa mkononi. At Sensei College, practical skills is the definition. Accredited by the government and founded on a Christian background, Sensei College offers all-rounded programs that are tailor-made to enhance your skills and give you the future you desire. We offer courses such as interior design, fashion and design, hairdressing and beauty, hospitality courses, trailer driving and defensive driving, building construction technology, CCTV, solar and electrical installation, photography and video production, electronic courses, vehicle electronics and mechanic courses, agricultural mechanics, ICT, and many more. To enroll in any of our campuses in Nairobi and Nakuru, all you need is your national ID card. Mapema ndo best. Take advantage of our monthly intake. Come to kusort na skills. Sensei College, my skills, my future.
Welcome back, our socials at KBC Channel 1. The Ogiek and Ndorois communities are calling on government to halt the ongoing evictions in the Mau Forest complex and implement twin judgments from the African Court of Human and People's Rights for reparations. During a peaceful walk in the capital, Nairobi, to present a petition to Attorney General, they urged the government to instead engage them in some of the reservation programs, including the alleged carbon credit offsetting schemes.
This is a representation of one of the 52,000 people of the minority and indigenous Ogiek community found in Mau Forest Complex and the Ndorois community. Having traveled for miles, they are tired, frustrated, and can only express their displeasure through songs of protest.
Naishi vibaya kwa sababu mimi ni jamii ya kiasili na hakuna nyumbani nyingine ila ninajitegemea kwa kila hali.
The frustration in Mzee Lobolo's voice is shared by many.
Juzi jamii ya Ogiek wamefurushwa pande ya Mau, manyumba zao zikachomwa, na tunashangaa kwa nini serikali haijaweka hatua mbele kujua kwamba jamii ya Ogiek wanataka haki yao.
Kutotekelezwa kwa ule uamuzi wa mahakama ya Arusha kwa jamii ya Ogiek, kwa sababu mimi natoka jamii ya Ogiek, imetuathiri pakubwa kwa sababu tumekosa ile haki ya kumiliki ardhi. Pia maendeleo yetu imeenda ikidorora kwa sababu hatuwezi fanya maendeleo.
We lost our animals, we lost our people, we lost our homestead. So out of that we've been agitated, and today we decided to do a petition just to amplify and ask why is the delay.
The most recent evictions have disrupted the lives of the school-going children.
Wale wanataka kwenda shule kwa sababu shule ilichomwa, walikuja pale karibu shule. In fact kuna shule hata wametengeswa watoto wa Ogiek wakae. Headmaster mmoja alisema atengeneze darasa ya jamii. Hata Kenya hii kuna darasa ya jamii fulani.
Justice for the Ogiek continues to be elusive as they are yet to be compensated by a ruling from the African Court for Human and People's Rights in Arusha.
Despite a rule in their favor by the African Court for Human and People's Rights, the dream for the Ogiek people to get back their land since the 1920s when they were first evicted remains distant.
They want the government to, among others, stop the ongoing evictions in the Mau Forest complex, implement the court's twin judgment, and pay reparations. Serafina Robi for Prime Edition.
60% of journalists, a majority being women, have experienced sexual harassment in the media workplace. The harassment ranges from unwelcome sexual advances to explicit language, with male editors the main culprits. The report by the Association of Media Women in Kenya urges media actors to enhance sexual harassment reporting mechanisms. Why? To guarantee the safety of victims and also to ensure that perpetrators are punished. Beatrice Gatonye Ngetich is on that story.
The survey that sampled 240 respondents, 148 of them being journalists, indicated that as many as 87.3% cited fear of victimization as a major hurdle in addressing sexual harassment in the workplace. 64% of the respondents termed existing policies insufficient in curbing sexual harassment. 46.8% of respondents lacked knowledge about safe reporting mechanisms. This scenario, according to the Association of Media Women in Kenya, Acting Chief Executive Officer Sharon Kechula, stems from, among others, lack of psychosocial support and inadequate awareness on sexual harassment.
Really lack the psychosocial support and the connection between the implementation of policies that sometimes exist and in some instances do not. But also there is a lack of awareness creation even within the media space to really understand what sexual harassment is. And the Association of Media Women in Kenya basically has been working under the Kenya Media Sector Working Group to promote discussions around sexual harassment and how to address it within the media industry in Kenya.
From the respondents who were interviewed, it's very clear that knowledge of what sexual harassment is lacking, and even some of the perpetrators are admitted to having participated in harassing people unknowingly. So creating an awareness is, of course, of paramount importance.
Kechula urged media actors to implement anti-harassment policies, enhance awareness, provide access to mental health resources, and create a safe and supportive environment to encourage survivors to come forward and report harassment.
The key recommendations that we have here to make sure that the policies that are there are enforceable, 1. 2, we are also calling upon media stations, media houses, all of them to come to us, AMWIC, Association of Media Women. We have resources that we are able to guide you through and be able to capacity build your staff in matters around sexual harassment.
Journalists from Human Rights Gender Lead, Winnie Mboya, called on media actors to work with the justice system to ensure no perpetrators go unpunished.
As a country, we have good laws, robust laws and policies. So it is time for, again, the sector to work collaboratively, again, also with other actors in the justice system to end, to ensure that victims of sexual harassment are properly redressed and that the existing laws and policies are properly implemented. In the end, I think with all these measures being taken, we will get to a point where we can at least control, if not eliminate, sexual harassment within the sector.
The management of the Kenya Maritime Authority has been put on the spot over unaccounted funds earmarked for the construction of its headquarters in Mombasa County. Appearing before the National Assembly Departmental Committee on Public Investments and Energy Tuesday, the authority was tasked to explain why the 1.7 billion shillings project was allocated a further $500 million shillings without following the laid down procedures. In response to committee queries, the newly appointed KMA Acting Director General Martin Munga said that $500 million shillings variation has not been paid to the contractor and is subject to further discussions with the Ministry of Public Works. The committee is mulling over summoning the former Maritime Director General in the event that he will be implicated in the ongoing investigations.
Therefore, contrary to Section 147, subsection 1 of the Public Procurement and Assets Disposal Act 2015, which provides that under exceptional circumstances, advance payments may be granted and shall not exceed 20% of the price of the tender and shall be paid upon submission of the successive tenderer.
What justifications do the builders or the contractors have in the variation? And that is why we are here. On behalf of the people of Kenya, of course, we are looking for value for money. And then we have gone through with KMA from morning. And now we want to see for our eyes. And then tomorrow we look at the documentation between the Auditor General and the KMA responses. And fundamentally, this building cost a variation of more than 500 million. 500 million is a lot of money.
The final agreement of how much money is outstanding has not been reached. So the 500 million we're talking about here, the variations are subject to further discussions between us and the Ministry of Works.
Now, the Kenya Defence Forces has over the years been lauded for its careful utilization of finances. Warrant Officer 2, retired Musa Mwamburi, was one of the officers tasked with prudent utilization of resources when he served in the Kenya Navy. He graces this week's edition of Military Tales.
For this week's edition of Military Tales, we travel to the coastal city of Mombasa to host one Kenya Navy veteran, Musa Mwamburi. Warrant Officer 2 retired Musa Maliso Mwamburi was born in 1969 in Msambweni, Voi, Taita Taveta County, where he also undertook his early education.
Nilizaliwa tarehe 9 mwezi wa 9 mwaka 1969 kijiji kimoja kule Taita kinaitwa Msambweni, eneo la Kaloleni, area Voi, Taita Taveta County. Nilianza shule ya msingi hapo maeneo ya Voi, inaitwa Mwakingali Primary School. Baada ya primary school nikaenda shule ya upili inaitwa Voi Secondary School.
Interested in the military, in 1991 he heard that the military was recruiting young men and women and he decided to try his luck.
Mwaka wa 1991 nikasikia jeshi andika watu. Nilikuwa sijawahi kujaribu. Nikaona sasa kwa vile ndo nimetoka skuli, sina kibarua chochote naweza sema kitanizuia kwenda kujaribu hii kazi ya jeshi. Nikaona acha nikajaribu.
Mwamburi was one of the few men from Voi selected to join the Kenya Navy, and he undertook his training in Eldoret and later posted to Mtongwe in Mombasa, where he would undertake additional Navy training.
Sasa mimi nikabahatika kama miongoni mwa waliochaguliwa hiyo mwaka 1991. Na uzuri nikuwa pale uwanjani ilikuwa unajua kama utakwenda Air Force, utakwenda Army ama utakwenda Navy. Nikabahatika nikawa ni mwenye kujiunga na kikosi cha wanamaji. Tukatoka Eldoret mpaka Mtongwe. Kufika Mtongwe pale mambo ni mageni. Sisi tuzuia msitu kule. Hapa watu wako kwenye maji. Ikabidi masomo yaanze tena upya. Kutoka kwenye masomo yale msitu kuja kwenye masomo ya wanamaji ili tuchukua miezi 4.
Mwamburi also trained as an accounts clerk in Nairobi before taking up his duties in Mombasa.
Mimi kulingana na qualifications zile nilizopata baada ya yale masomo ya miezi 4, waliona mimi nafaa department ya accounts. Nikaingizwa hiyo department ya accounts department. Nikaenda nikafanya masomo ya accounts Kabete kule Nairobi, class 3, class 2, class 1. Na nikahitimu kama mtu wa accounts na nikaifanya hiyo kazi vizuri sana.
One of his most challenging time in the military was during training in the holy month of Ramadan.
Mimi kama Muislamu, kuna wakati uko training unapatwa na Ramadhani. Wale instructors hawataki kujua mambo ya Ramadhani. Na ile training mpaka ufanye. Sasa ni wewe na imani yako. Either uache kufunga ule training iwe rahisi kidogo, ama ujikaze na imani yako hivyo uamue kufanya training na njaa.
In 2009, he served in the UN peacekeeping mission in South Sudan for a year, where he was part of the soldiers tasked with containing the civil war in the country.
Ndio nilikumbana na challenges za kijeshi ambazo hapa Kenya sijakumbana na challenges kama hizo. Hapa Kenya kwa kiwango kikubwa tuko na amani.
Mwamburi would rise to the position of Warrant Officer 2 and says his duties in the accounts department made him interact with all cadres of officers.
Accounts office ile ni ya maskari wote, kuanzia ule aliyojuu mpaka chini. Wote wanaingia accounts office. Nilisaidia watu wengi. Na vile nilivyowasaidia sitaki wanilipe. Mimi kitu nawaomba wazidi kunitilia dua.
He is quick to note that over the years the country's military has greatly improved in various aspects, including modern equipment, making Kenya a formidable force in the region.
Hawa waliojuma huko wanakuja na ile teknoloji mpya. So kunakuwa hakuna gap, kazi inaendelea. Unapata jeshi iko kiwango kile kinatakikana kulingana na technology.
Now a retired veteran, Mwamburi, who is the Coastal Regional Kenya Veterans for Peace Coordinator, is engaged in farming and is also in the transport business. In his free time, he enjoys reading novels and spending time mentoring young people.
Ndani ya nyumba pale na novels kama 70. Mimi nasoma sana novels. Passion yangu kubwa iko katika novels. Alafu kama ni nje ya nyumba, mimi napenda kusaidia watoto.
A father of 3, he says none of his kids was interested in joining the military.
Mimi namshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu amejalia watoto 3, wa kwanza msichana amemaliza university, huyu mwingine anako Bandari College anasoma Maritime, huyu wa pili, huyu wa 3 ndo anaenda grade 8.
He has urged young serving officers to uphold discipline and plan their lives early while in the service.
Hawa vijana mimi kitu ningewaambia wasome. Masomo ni muhimu na hapo na kusoma watumie akili zao za kuzaliwa.
In his parting shot, Mwamburi has rallied Kenyans to shun laziness and contribute to nation building.
Mimi ningeambia Wakenya maisha ni magumu, lakini hakuna kisichokuwa na mwisho. So watoe uvivu, wamweke Mungu mbele na watie bidii katika kila jambo wanalofanya, bora liwe jambo linakubalika kisheria na kidini pia la kubalika.
For Military Tales, I'm Bentroy Njue.
What about mambo fantastic if not scholastic? Chota kuchota na Hetia Supermarket imerudi. Ukifanya tu shopping ya shilingi 1000, wewe unaingia kwa promotion ya chota kuchota na Hetia Supermarket. Watu wanaendelea kushinda ndani ya Hetia Supermarket. Mwana tata, kitoko. Wewe na umeshinda nini? Karibu ndani ya Hetia Supermarket uweze kuchota kwa wingi kabisa. Watu huko wanasema nini? Nakwambia kwamba chota kuchota. Unangoja nini?
Magari 7 za kushindaniwa, TV, fridge, microwave, shopping vouchers, school fees vouchers, install prizes na zawadi zingine kemkem. Chota kuchota imethaminiwa na Hetia's Oven Fresh Bakery, Gigabyte, Mount Kenya Milk, Clover's Food Products, Velvet, Magic Drink, Pwani Oil, Arenco, Fruit Juice, Masterchef, Toilex, Coolsip, Mika, Wash Ultra, Philos, Pristol, Nivea, My Choice, Ushindi, Fresh Fry, Arimis Jelly, Cabernet Water, Dettol, Ketepa, Meta, Glucose, Coca-Cola, Rosy Tissue, Big Giant, Elbins, Unilever, Fresh, Unga wa Dola, Blue Band na Pasta Star. Shindano la chota kuchota linaanza tarehe 1 Disemba hadi tarehe 10 Februari mwaka 2024.
Hetia Supermarket, a world of choice.
Shamba ni mbili, yako ni gani? Kwa star 570 hash. Everyone has shillings unayotumia kwa Lucky Game inakupa 1 entry point ya kuingia kwenye drum ya draw ambayo inakupa fursa ya kujishindia moja kati ya shamba hizi mbili. Mwisho wa March namtangaza mshindi wa shamba hili la 1.1 million Kenyan shillings na unapata title deed yako safi. Na mwisho wa April namtangaza mshindi wa shamba hili la 1.1 million Kenyan shillings, lori za mawe na mchanga. Zote ndizo hizi. Dial star 570 hash. Title deed ndio hii. Fuka na shake.
And those ruins have to disappear right away.
Well, I'm not going to let that happen, Daddy. If you're really going to order to demolish those ruins, then you have no choice but to make the tractor run all over me.
Just accept it. Alonso is the boyfriend of Fabiola. With Marisol, I will see her as many times as I please.
I told you to shut up!
There's something so dark, something weird being hidden, and I honestly can't understand why he hides it. Your father has a right to have his own life, and you have no right whatsoever to meddle in it, Fabiola.
You're never coming back. You never had any children. Fabiola is mine.
And this only means that you're still connected to her. And that you're still her property.
Not a single person owns me, Malena.
Thank you for keeping it Prime Edition. Time for business. My name is Betty Kiptum. Now, the cost of credit is likely to rise further following a decision by the Central Bank of Kenya to increase the benchmark lending rate by 50 basis points to 13%. Policymakers of the central bank say the decision was informed by inflationary pressures that have kept the overall inflation in the upper bound of the target range. In addition, the policymakers noted continued pressures on the shilling. The central bank says increasing the benchmark lending would help push inflation towards the 5.0% midpoint of the target range and reduce pressure on the shilling. The committee, which is chaired by Central Bank Governor Dr. Kamau Thuge, is expected to hold the next Monetary Policy Committee meeting in April this year. Moving on, the Information, Communications and Technology Parliamentary Committee is reviewing the existing regulation to address the emerging challenges brought by adoption of emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, Internet of Things and machine learning. Led by the Chair and Member of Parliament for Dagoretti South, John Kiariem, the MPs say they are engaging stakeholders in the space in order to develop overarching laws that do not stifle innovation.
So we are looking for a way where our laws would allow for sandboxing so that innovators are able to test their innovation safely before it is deployed to the publics. You remember Kenya has had the unfortunate unfortunate chance to be a guinea pig in testing technology. If you remember, Kenya was named as one of the victims of the Cambridge Analytica experiment in our 2013 elections. Kenya was also the theater of play for WorldCoin and the iris scans. This is technology running ahead of policy, technology running ahead of legislation, technology running ahead of regulation. And we are thinking, because it is not in our place as Parliament to stifle innovation, what our laws ought to do is provide for a safe testing space. And that is why the idea of sandboxing becomes very attractive. But also in the laws, as we are stipulating the laws, we also can do very overarching laws that speak generally to the issues that we need to mitigate against without being prescriptive and without stifling innovation.
And investors planning to set up shop in the country will need to prove their investment viability before being licensed. Kenya Investment Authority Managing Director June Chepkemei says this is among proposals in the Investment Promotion and Facilitation Bill 2023 that seeks to streamline investments and align them with the government's economic agenda.
Plans are underway to establish the Kenya Investment Corporation to succeed the Kenya Investment Authority through changes in the Investment Promotion Act. Among the proposal in the Investment Promotion and Facilitation Bill 2023 is the creation of a National Investment Council that will be headed by the President. A foreign investor will be required to register with the Kenya Investment Corporation before engaging in any investment. Kenya Investment Authority Managing Director June Chepkemei says the proposed bill is key in opening up the country for more investments and ensuring all foreign businesses setting up shop in Kenya are economically viable.
To not only ensure that your investment is safe with us, but ensure that Kenya is the go-to place for investment.
It seeks to attain economic growth through capital attraction, skills, and technology transfers, as well as employment creation.
The draft regulations are also expected to protect foreign investors from unscrupulous agents.
Things including protecting your investment, ensuring that you are liberalized the economy, allowing you as an investor to have certain right, to have certain control, to be able to repatriate your health, and to guarantee the safety, security of your investment.
The bill proposes that all investment disputes be heard and determined within 30 days. Benson Druba reporting for Prime Edition.
Now, oil marketers will receive test results in 6 hours, down from 24 hours, following enhanced laboratory capabilities at the Kenya Pipeline Company. The parastatal's managing director, Joe Sang, says the enhanced laboratory efficiency would position Kenya as a key transport hub in the region.
It takes at least 24 hours to assess the quality and composition of various petroleum products such as Jet A1 and ground fuels at Kenya Pipeline Company to ensure they meet specified standards. The long waiting period for the results affects supply chain management for oil marketers. Kenya Pipeline Company says it has invested 200 million shillings in upgrading laboratories across its 7 depots to improve service delivery.
We've been testing products outside our depots with SGS. Normally it takes 24 hours. With this accreditation, we'll be able to take only 6 hours. And our oil marketers will be able to test products at their point of their convenience.
The accreditation that we are granting is a second-time reaccreditation of Kenya Pipeline, and very special in the fact that they've expanded the number of sites. So they become the largest multi-site accredited laboratory in Eastern Africa.
Following the ISO 17025 2017 standard accreditation by Kenya Accreditation Service of the labs, they say it will save them millions of shillings spent annually outsourcing the laboratory services and reduce the overall turnaround period.
Accrediting KPC will go a long way in enhancing our efficiency and effectiveness, our competencies in terms of the use of the laboratories, and we are happy that they have put us at a global level.
The attainment of ISO 17025 accreditation against the 2017 edition of the standard, as well as is portion of that reaccreditation, places them among 70,000 globally recognized laboratories worldwide.
This service will be available from where we have our lab in Mombasa all the way to Kisumu, Eldoret. So that flexibility will also, it's an ease of doing business with our oil marketers.
Kenya Pipeline Company has announced plans to commercialize its labs. Trevor Ngendo for Prime Edition.
And digital online insurance platform MTech has partnered with real estate platform Buy Rent Kenya to offer insurance covers for homeowners as the affordable housing program accelerates in Kenya. Under the partnership, GA Insurance will be the underwriter for the home products through MTech. The 2022 Insurance Industry Market Report by the Association of Kenya Insurers shows that majority of consumers prefer insurance services offered digitally, avoiding the need to wait for assistance from customer service across various functions such as policy purchase, management, claim settlement, claims processing, and more. Insurance penetration in Kenya remains low at 2.2%. MTech, in partnership with Buy Rent Kenya, seeks to improve this through home insurance products offered digitally.
And as a platform as a service, we believe in integration and aggregation. So this partnership is actually straight down our alley, where we are connecting the ecosystem, Buy Rent Kenya, who has access to the market, and obviously the underwriter, GA, who has the right product, which we are looking to provide to the right person at the right time. You're able to secure your home belongings, the infrastructure of your home, domestic insurance at the click of the button. And it's very affordable, from as low as 8,000 shillings per year.
Underwritten by GA Insurance, the offering seeks to leverage technology to streamline the insurance process and enhance accessibility, as well as foster innovation and digitization in the insurance industry.
So we believe that customers will be excited with the straightforwardness of it, and it will encourage them to buy insurance more.
Betty Kiptum, Prime Edition.
heaven's name am I doing?
Cannot tell you anything.
Why not?
Because I am afraid that you'd want to go looking for him. Satisfied now?
Did something happen between you and Marcelo?
Rodrigo is in serious trouble.
That Lucia is still crazy over heels about you.
Oh, Dad, you were very generous to give my sister an apartment that cost millions. But when I asked for something, you refused to give it to
Enough,
me.
Nora, that's enough. What are you talking about? What have I done now? Getting Nora Gahiola pregnant enough for you?
Welcome back. Now, coast seafarers have raised concerns over the slow pace of some blue economy projects at the coast that they claim is depriving the youths of employment opportunities. Here are the details of these and other stories in our corporate briefs.
The leaders are now calling for the reintroduction of the government-led recruitment of seafarers like the one conducted in 2022, where more than 5,000 Kenyans were recruited to shipping lines.
Basi tunaamini kwamba Kenya kama inaweza kuendelea katika mambo ya blue economy, lazima iweke vitu msingi, na vitu vya msingi ni kwamba inunue meli ambazo zinaweza kufanya.
Hii blue economy ndio kitega uchumi chetu, na tangu mambo yaanzishwe tunaona kwamba mambo mengi sana yanazama hapa machoni mwetu, na ni kama mikono yetu imefungwa, hatuna la kufanya. Kwa hivyo kilio hiki chetu leo kinamwendea Rais William Ruto. Kwa nini kuna miradi mingi sana imekwama?
They also want construction of the multi-billion Liwatoni fish processing plant fast-tracked. Meanwhile, employees at Ashton Mombasa April EPZ have resumed work after tripartite team resolved issues that had threatened stoppage of work at the Changamwe and Jomvu manufacturing units. Officials from the Ashton Mombasa April say any outstanding welfare issues are being addressed as work continues.
Of course, you are shop stewards now.
Yes.
And you have a proper channel.
Yes.
As with the blessings of Reverend Cherry.
Yes.
But if you would want to approach me,
yes,
my doors are always.
Finally, the Eco Business Fund has extended an 800 million shillings loan to Family Bank for onward lending to sustainability certified companies, smallholder farmers, and other agribusiness value chain actors embracing eco-friendly and climate-smart approaches. The financing is dedicated to promoting sustainable use of natural resources, biodiversity preservation, and climate change adaptation. Family Bank CEO designate Nancy Njau says Eco-Business Fund has enabled Family Bank to increase by 25% its agribusiness portfolio. Edna Murungi for Prime Edition.
And that's the business news this evening. My name is Betty Kiptum. Enjoy the rest of your viewing. Bye-bye.
Across Africa, a new era has begun, connecting us with one purpose: to create and share opportunities to grow. Across our continent, across the world, we are creating a better way to a better future, a Pan-African future. Together, EcoBank, a better way, a better Africa.
Get ready for the captivating return of the FKF Premier League, exclusively on KBC. Brace yourself for the thrill of football as 18 teams battle it out for glory. Every week, KBC brings you not one, but two heart-pounding matches, delivering the best football action right to your living room. The stakes are higher than ever. The league champion takes home a handsome prize of 5 million shillings and also earns the honor of representing Kenya in the prestigious CAF Champions League. Feel the adrenaline, experience the suspense, and join the roar of the crowd as we celebrate the return of Kenya's football legacy. the FKF Premier League, live and exclusive on KBC Channel 1 and KBC radio stations. Save the date, mark your calendars, and get ready for the ultimate football spectacle. Coming to you live only on KBC. KBC, your true sports partner.
Welcome back to KBC Prime Edition. My name is Karen Kibet. Let's now talk sports. Speedster Jasmeet Chana says he expects his new Rally 2 machine to produce more nerve-wracking moments in his fourth attempt at the WRC Safari Rally. This year's edition of the Safari Rally will be held from 28th March to 31st March in Naivasha.
Chana will move from his long-standing Mitsubishi Evolution X Drive and upgrade to a Rally 2 car well in time for the iconic Safari. During the Safari, Iceman will have his pace notes called by his elder brother Ravi Chana and hold hand in the game.
Car has been ready, for the Safari now. After the first Eldoret Rally in February is when we'll strip it down, but at the same time we might upgrade for the Safari.
The 2023 season was Iceman's best, and he attributes it to his sponsors' input.
You can't fight with an R5 with an Evo, but we fought well, and the fruits were well, and yes, we proved the point that we can be, recognized as well.
The Nairobi-based driver is yet to reveal the car he will steer on Safari, but is convinced that an upgrade to Rally 2 will enable him to score WRC 2 points.
Thank you, Dan, for that report. Moving on, the Football Kenya Federation's first instance body has ordered Tusker FC to pay a fine of $16,100 for not submitting the contract of its head coach, Robert Matano, as per an agreement with the licensing body. Despite several reminders from the club licensing manager to submit the contracts, the club has failed to comply or give an explanation as to why the said contract has not been submitted. FIB has sanctioned the club to pay a daily charge of $100 according to the FKF Premier League catalogue of sanctions. Equally, FC Talanta has paid a fine of $3,300, which was a penalty for the non-fulfillment of the criteria that required presenting a women's team as stipulated in the issued National Club Licensing Regulations. Over 500 participants comprising of professional, amateur and leisure cyclists took part in the first leg of the 2024 Loop Gravel Cycling Safari Series held at Tatu City. The event, organized by Amani Project, aims to promote cycling as a sport and position the country as a top cycling destination.
In the 120 kilometers category, Jordan Shelek took a time of 4 hours, 3 minutes and 27 seconds to emerge victorious ahead of Seth Hakizimana and Eric Muhosa, who completed the podium dash. In the 60 kilometers category, Raymond Mushiri and Trisam Bryan of Team Biskeli Adventures emerged champions, beating a field of 158 cyclists who registered for the category.
It feels very nice, to be out there trying to challenge, some good athletes locally. It's really nice, It's an honor to be here as well.
Mushiri finished in the first, clocking 2 hours, 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
Team Amani is a team of East African cyclists. We try to put a dream team together of the best riders from the region, send them around the world to, show the world of cycling what East Africa is all about.
In the 20-kilometer category, Alvin Minor of Team Joyriders clocked 1 hour, 6 minutes and 23 seconds to bag the title, beating fellow teammates Dennis Njuguna and Hali Manji to the second and third positions respectively. The winners in the elite category pocketed 100,000 shillings, with the team winners walking away with 250 Kenya shillings.
Muzuzi basketball team are the winners of the inaugural Unity Homes Basketball Championship after beating Thika Wolves 48-28 in the final played at Tatu City. En route to the final, Thika Wolves registered a 44-30 win over Membli Basketball, while Muzuzi humbled Ruaka Sacred Hearts 41-34. In the final, Muzuzi dominated all quarters easily, seeing off Thika Wolves 48-28. Some of the participating teams included Unity East, Unity West, Runda Ridge, Tinganga Titans, Ruaka Hearts, Membli, Thindigwa Sharks, Ruiru Kwetu, Thika Wolves, and Muzuzi. The teams were from Nairobi and Kiambu counties.
It has been a good turnout, and we hope to attract more teams in the next edition and see the growth of basketball in Kiambu County.
I think it's by passion that we play the basketball game, and if we find support from these guys in power, I think the game can go much, much higher.
Now to AFCON matters, Nigeria's star Victor Osimhen is a major doubt ahead of their 2023 Africa Cup of Nations semi-final clash against South Africa's Bafana Bafana in Bouake on Wednesday. The Napoli striker did not fly with the rest of the squad to Bouake on Monday due to abdominal discomfort. The semi-final matches will be televised live on KBC Channel 1 and all KBC radio stations.
The reigning African Player of the Year did not train on Monday evening before the team's departure from Abidjan. Osimhen was substituted last in the quarter-final against Angola last weekend. Meanwhile, Bafana must go without Thapelo Maseko, who was forced off against Blue Sharks of Cape Verde in the 114th minute with a hamstring injury. South Africa head coach Hugo Broos believes his team are hungry to succeed as they go in search of their first ever African Cup of Nations victory over Nigeria. Host Ivory Coast have a realistic chance of bagging a third AFCON title, this time in front of their home fans. The Elephants must first get through DR Congo on Wednesday night. The semi-final matches will be televised live on KBC Channel 1 and all KBC radio stations. For Prime Edition, I'm Sela Onyango.
Thank you, Sela, for that report. Red Bull Formula One team boss Christian Horner is under investigation after allegations of inappropriate behavior were made against him. Horner denied the allegations, but an independent investigation is already underway.
Crying his eyes out, Jos Verstappen is already wearing a Max Verstappen.
Red Bull Racing released a statement saying they were made aware of recent allegations and have launched an independent investigation. Although Red Bull has not yet confirmed any details of the complaint, it's understood that the allegations relate to inappropriate behavior of a controlling nature. Horner has been the Red Bull team principal since they first started in Formula One in 2005. Against all odds, he led the team to unprecedented success against the greats of Ferrari, McLaren and Mercedes over the years.
Fantastic, you're a four-time world champion. Brilliant, brilliant drive.
The team has since achieved 7 Drivers' Championships and 6 Constructors' Championships, including 2023's record-breaking campaign. Red Bull will be the last of the 10 teams to reveal its 2024 challenger on the 15th of February. Horner's future with the team is still unknown, but it's reported that he will remain as the team principal and executive of Red Bull Racing while the investigation is being carried out. For Prime Edition, I'm Emmanuel Ndungu.
And Emmanuel's report brings us to the end of the sports news tonight. My name is Karen Kibet. Have yourself a lovely evening. Tomorrow we won't be here because the AFCON semi-finals will be taking center stage. Good night. I hand you back to my colleague, Tom Mboya.
Thank you, Karen Kibet, fondly referred to as Marakwet Express. Well, on behalf of the team in the back end, Prime Edition, I want to thank you all for watching. From all of us here, my name is Tom Mboya. Good night, and God bless you.
kungoja. Kwenye star 570 hash kuna ploti na ni up to 1.1 million Kenyan shillings with a genuine title deed. Na inakungoja. Star 570 hash. Bukana Shake!
I do not understand why you young girls like bad boys.
Well, my dad was a bad boy.
By the time I'm leaving for Uganda, you'll be a totally different woman. Why don't you take a walk for a minute?
Are you being serious right now?
Millicent, are you stalking us?
Maswali gani unaniuliza wewe?
Mr. Kaikara.
No. Sit, darling.
Julian, where's Georges today?
He's at the office.
But not to meet clients.